Well, hey, fam. I am Kellie Brown, and I serve multiple roles. The one we're talking about today is with African American Ministries. But some of you all may also know that I'm one of the founding planters, co-planters of Christ Central Church. And I happen to also be Howard Brown, the founding pastor's wife. And I served many different roles there at Christ Central while we were there. Um, and so, addition to AAM, I also am on staff with the church plant here in Atlanta called Kindred Hope. I think a lot of people, especially like right now, there's a lot of conversation around, diversity and a lot of, sadly, Christians saying that, we shouldn't have spaces for Black folks, that's divisive and whatnot. And I actually am a testimony that that's just not true. When minority people have a safe space to be themselves and to share their hearts, and that space is protected and initiated and supported by the majority culture that's around them, then that makes them feel even safer. And it actually pushes us closer to being one church. And a lot of voices out there would lie and manipulate that and make it seem like it creates divisiveness. But Christ Central is a testimony that that's just not true. And I'm still here in the PCA after 30 some odd years because of safe spaces and places like you had with Pastor Omari and other brothers to help you navigate. Well, AAM stands for African American Ministries, and AAM is a agency, a ministry under MNA, which is Mission to North America. And Mission to North America is one of the 7 permanent committees of our denomination that forms the entire infrastructure for the PCA. And so AAM was started nearly 30 years ago. We were the first ethnic ministry formed under MNA. And at that time, there was a movement that the entire denomination was supporting of Black church planting. And the guy that was the pastor who was over AAM when it started, it was called AMNET, was also leading a Black church planting network initiative here in Atlanta. And so with a desire to have more Black folks here, knowing that it is a overwhelmingly, predominantly white denomination that a lot of Black folks are unfamiliar with, there was a need to have some agency that helped to recruit, encourage, support, and equip Black folks who were coming in, especially folks as they were looking to become leaders in the denomination, whether REs, TEs, and all the other different offices that are available. So I am the operations director, and my job is to keep things moving, everything from the administrative side to any sort of support or execution of the programming side. And the programming side includes LDR. It also includes our podcast, Between the Pew, and it includes our virtual cohorts and any kind of consulting or partnering we do with church plants or church planning networks. And so I just kind of help grease the track. LDR is my baby. I'm the coordinator for that. But the other elements I help to support. And then you have Charles McKnight. Yay!
Okay,
Yes, we love Charles McKnight, a son of Christ Central, and a church planter himself, West Charlotte Church, and now working as the AAM coordinator. So he's our visionary. He is the face. He goes and preaches and teaches and talks all across the country when people ask him to come and talk more about AAM. And he's our primary fundraiser. Like his goal is to make sure we have the money we need as a nonprofit. A lot of people assume that M&A supports us financially, but it doesn't. We have to raise all of our money on our own. So that's one of his major jobs. And the Lord blessed us with Reverend Remargo Yancey. Yancey will actually be taking over the virtual cohorts, developing those, creating new ones, training cohort leaders, and then helping to assist and find other potential leaders and train them also. So he's our leadership development associate, and that's the team. We have a website, aampca.org. You can go on there and check it out and see all of our lovely faces on the website and learn more about what we do. You can also join AAM by clicking at the top. It just says join AAM. And we'll put you in our database and you'll get our newsletters and announcements and all that good stuff. And on the website, you can click give. And you can also decide if the Lord blesses you to do that, to make a donation to LDR, which is our annual gathering of Black PCA folks. We just had it in February. If you get excited about that, then you can donate to that too. But we really do depend on donations to make it. So we are super grateful for anything that anyone can give us, especially recurring gifts and especially
Excellent.
church gifts. Christ Central is already a supporter. We have all kinds of updates. Kindred Hope, the church point here in the city of South Fulton, the Lord is blessing it. We are kind of moving away from the historic model of a big launch, a big splashy launch with a bunch of people and a bunch of excitement around that. And we're really deciding, the Lord has put on our hearts to go deep with the small group, and we're really just trying to go deep with folks and teach about what does real church community look like, so that when we do expand, people will be brought into something that's not just about Sunday morning. And so it's going well. We started core group worship this month, and we're looking to do that a couple of times a month. And God willing, as we grow, we're going to start public worship sometime, probably in the fall. So the Lord is blessing us. Really, it's been amazing to see you there. And then personally, I have some news. I am I actually have taken on a new role with Surge. Some of you all who are old school PCA remember it as World Harvest. And I have been hired to do an initiative called the Kinship Initiative with them, which is a racially contextualized version of sonship material, but from Black experiences and Black voices for Black believers. And so we're super excited. This was their initiative. They have driven that, and I'm very grateful to see them take it that seriously. So y'all will be hearing from me again in a whole new context.